So I'm just going to pan around this area to give you the scope of how vast it is for a facility of this nature where the God particle was created. It's a 4-mile area. It has a lot of different structures on the top which facilitate the work that's being done here, which is in quantum physics, quantum thinking, and so on. It's very rural. It's very beautiful, actually. So I will continue my discussion on the construct of good. Humanity, as I've said, is going to eventually breed itself out of existence, thus the need to find other places to go. Other galaxies and planets to explore. The conundrum of the sheeple as they overpopulate themselves to extinction will probably not make this manifest. But in the construct of good, as I've stated, good cannot exist without the boundaries of law. If we remove the boundaries of law, our natural evil comes to the fore. There is no good. There is compassion and there are moments and jests and so on, but most likely and more likely it's barbaric evil. Thus, the philosophy that I have arrived at being that mankind is inherently evil. Just as we have contained these weapons at our disposal to use them to maintain our law, to use them in power. Because power, as I've said, dictates what's wrong and right. Behind me, the God particle was created in that facility. And others are being worked on. It's one world Illuminati. In the modern Aryan, I touched on the highest and best to achieve that great godhood as we evolve into satanic singularity. And it has no place really for atheism. Carl Sagan was an atheist, didn't believe in anything outside of himself. A lot of other self-worshippers are caught up in this conundrum. But there is more in the galaxy that you know. In infinity, there is no death. There is just quantum entanglement and quantum thinking. And in an infinite amount of space, you have an infinite amount of possibility, and nothing can be ruled out. It defies the comprehension of mathematics. So when I speak to an atheist who says, I don't believe in any kind of structure of a God or anything, in my opinion, they're just fools because they're not looking at the matter-of-factness of the reality, the great grandeur of a satanic creation. Power of darkness, whether it's space spores or alien wooded beings or traveling at the speed of thought to remote view the entirety of the universe beyond the speed of light. The speed of thought moves faster than the speed of light. And thus, that is why, as a remote viewer, you can peer across the universe into other planets and realities and galaxies, parallel universes, and very much more. Light, to become this constant, to become this, what we see as a light force, hitting to merge to become that in a constant is very possible, but it may not be necessary. Because at the speed of thought, we can instantaneously be anywhere and any time. In a sense, omniscient. Light is a structure that moves over vast spaces in dark matter. To merge with dark matter is a possibility as well. To be the dark matter itself is an instantaneous motion to be one place and then thus another, beyond normal comprehension of what we would see as a physical matter or a manifestation. I'm talking in an astral, boundless space of infinity beyond the speed of light. To bend parallel, to become one instantaneously. Could be biolocation, could be anything you want. But in the containment of the constant of light, you would have to become the light force. And it's not necessary, and very probably improbable. Because I think there is more in our thinking that needs to be explored, more within our minds that need to be explored. The key is within us. It is not exterior, it is interior, and merged with a more powerful antenna could do a lot. It's in a sense like wireless technology. It's in simplicity. Science is usually found in simplicity. It's when you have someone who adds that one equation that can create television. When you have two counter-opposing equations and you add in one certain little thing and it creates a simplicity, something else. It is simple, it is not complicated. To move beyond into the infinite is not complicated because we're able to do it right now with our minds. Psychics, real psychics, not ones that dwell in facile charlatanism, the Jesus racket, or some kind of other nonsense. Philosophy is very powerful, and the teachers of philosophy, Machiavelli sought ruthlessness, Nietzsche sought the Superman, and even Nietzsche said that after the Superman concept would fail, it would be the last man. It would be a man of sensory stimulus and fallacy. And a satanic black magic practitioner must incorporate all this into his thinking, or he is lost within himself, to go beyond himself, to strive further, to be one with dark matter, to be one with Lucifer.